All right, can you describe the kind of humor that is in your film?
Well, I wanted something real, authentic. The story was based on a true story. Of course, I wanted also something magical, mystical. I wanted to have fun with this medium. Am I talking loud enough now?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's all right. And so, of course, I wanted to give a good show. Making films for me is trying to get a good show, and get a good show is give the audience a nice ride.
Right.
A nice roller coaster ride, and rich with wild images, emotions, laughs, music. So C.R.A.Z.Y was I structured the film in order to really, with this in mind, that's why I had my music close to me, always trying to find the right tracks with the right tones and the right lyrics, and I wanted to be funny at the same time, because I knew I was dealing with something sad and dramatic. Didn't want it to become melodramatic, and we knew we had. Right. It was easy to make people cry with this film, so we wanted to try to be subtle and film them as with a second camera kind of look, distant, with some distance, and not always in your face, not always with close-ups when we're into an intense dramatic scene. So, and always trying to put some humor when it's dramatic, trying to make them laugh when I'm like this when I watch a film, particularly if I'm in a theater. And I hold myself. I don't want to cry, and I'm holding the emotion, and it's stuck there in my throat, and I don't want to cry. And then at one point when it's funny, I allow myself to cry now because I'm laughing while the tear is just coming. And we tried to do that in C.R.A.Z.Y. That's why at the end the stupid record got broken again, and this emotional moment that was, it could have been, but a slight touch of humor can save a dramatic scene to become too much.
Yeah, you avoid the sentimentality.
Yeah,
of too
yeah.
much of it,
And yours is almost the opposite, because it seems to start off as purely as a comedy. And then it surprises you by, at least it surprises me, by having a lot of depth as well.
Yeah, I agree a lot with what Mark was saying about trying to get that proper blend of it, and you need that. You need that in order for the drama to work, and also for the comedy to work.
And for me to like the character, to be invested emotionally into that DJ.
Yeah, Frankie was a weird character because he was. People ask me a lot about sort of the likability, and that famous word about the main character. And I always love characters that were assholes. And I always think those characters were very likable because they're great assholes and they're unique about what they do. And Frankie was definitely sort of a tricky one, and I think a lot of people had sort of issues off the first 30 minutes because he's not necessarily a very likable character off the top. He's a cokehead asshole, essentially. And so to sort of, to me, it's one of the challenges was just trying to get people to like him off the top, but by not selling out his character. And we found just a few things in the Edit Suite help, just little sort of throwaway things that you could easily look soft, like after his kid nails him in the heel, there's a wonderful little look that gives him a bit more humanity. But I think that's interesting to try and challenge an audience to sort of like a character that really isn't likable, rather than having, we always joked about on the second half of that film about trying to deter the Johnny comeback feeling of that film, and that's why they keep on drinking him and Penelope. That's why there's always that sort of trying to keep it funny, and we sort of teeter right to the brink, and then that scene that you just saw when Mike Wilmot sort of flies in like a B-52 and keeps the movie funny, which was really important to me, was that to make sure that it remained a comedy and it wasn't too preachy and it wasn't too this guy's coming back, but to make sure that it was undercut with a lot of comedy.